everyone, welcome back to our channel, Topmost Things, and here we are back again with an amazing topic, which is Top 10 Scary Things That You Never Google. 1. The first one is the Jiggers. Jiggers, yes, you heard it right, it is the name of the parasite that is found in the most tropical countries. Their size is very small, but we should never judge someone by its size. Its size is about 1 millimeter, but there is an insane amount of damage that they can cause. That tiny flea burrows into exposed skin on people's feet. They then stay there for about 2 weeks laying eggs. It is causing the feet to swell. To condition is called tonsillitis. After many people it looks like a normal blister with a central black dot on it. That black dot is actually the end of the flea sticking out, so it can lead to serious infection and loss of toenails. The good news: if there is any, it can be easily stopped in their tracks by physically removing them. But the bad news is that you can't do that. If it is under in somewhere the toenails, you have to cut the end of this toe off with a razor blade in the order to get rid of it. Moving from the toenails to dark web, because this video is to entertain you. 2. Second is the dark web. You should never mess with the dark web. It is so risky. This is called the dark web for a reason, because it has many dark. People who use dark web tend to use it for illicit going on, like drug deals or the hiring assassins. No, I have never been on the dark web. Now I'm gonna summarize the dark web. The dark web is a place where you can access murders live streams. Well, if I were you, I'd never do that. However, if you're really intent on getting there, is possible, but is it worth it? Okay, there are 3 scenarios. Listen to the first. Best case scenario, you just kind of scare yourself. Second, medium case scenario, you unleash a horrible virus in your computer. And the third and worst case scenario, you don't want the dark web to actively come and find you. The third one is spontaneous human combustion. Spontaneous human combustion is a rare phenomenon where living or recently deceased humans catch fire without an apparent reason or source of ignition. Yes, this really is strange. Combustion. A light level of research tells me that spontaneous combustion really isn't very common, although it does happen. Also, reading the charismatic notes in Wikipedia made me want to be sick, so I am going to give you details. What goes down when you do combust? Spontaneous combustion is also closely related to a bizarre medical syndrome called the Stevens-Johnson syndrome, which is a skin condition that's characterized by severe burns and blisters and rust. 4. The fourth one is the calculus bridge. Yeah, that sounds like the creepy old bridge. It's much worse than that, trust me, brace yourself. With this is the calculus bridge. Now, how bad does that look? I feel really awful for the people who actually have this, but what exactly is it? Well, essentially it's a buildup of tart, or the yellowish, a depot of minerals that form into the surface as a result of a pre-existing plague that has hardened. It can happen in just a few weeks as well. Eventually the plague develops into calculus when the constant accumulation of minerals from saliva adheres itself to the plague. Once the calculus, the bridge forms. It can be very painful and obviously quite inside. There's actually even more of a pressing concern. Calculus is also handled with bacteria which just sit there in the mouth, causing big risk infection. It's advised that people visit a dentist as soon as they can. See this for make to have it removed. 5. The fifth one is the body farm. If you have even watched a crime show on TV, you will know the bit where they analyzed the body to try to figure out how long that person's been dead. For that knowledge doesn't just come from anywhere. It comes from a place where people donate their bodies to science, that a scientist can study how they decomposed. The information they go to the court here can be used in a court of law, and some of the researchers have even been called up to give evidence in murder trials. They also specialized in facial reconstruction by studying how face decomposes. Face would have looked like. That makes sense. This proves invaluable in identifying unified murder victims. They will take anyone who donates their body with just two conditions: they must weigh 500 pounds only when they did, and they should also not have any sort of infectious diseases such as hepatitis C. 6. The sixth one is eye gauging. Eye gauging was only a matter of until this list included some good old-fashioned eye gauging reasons for not googling this other, of course, endlessly, cause eye gauging is the act in which eyeball is pressed by thumb or other instrument and there is high risk of eye injury. 7. The seventh one is tree man illness. Tree man illness is actually very sad but also very extremely unpleasant to look at. Tree man illness, which has a way longer technical name that I cannot pronounce, is basically a extreme skin disorder stems from the HPV who are words their papules and untreateous horn-like matter start spouting from a person's hand, but channel will so affect the face, legs, body, anywhere really. 8. The eighth one is black holes. Thinking about black holes is a surefire way to absolutely mind-blogging. Thinking about being sucked into a black hole is even scarier. Black holes suck in planet, yes, whole planet, and also gases and stars, basically everything around them. We have no idea where they go and it. There is even a bottom. If you enter a black hole, you are likely to experience spaghettification, which is basically you are sucked down to a point of similarity in one fanatic. 9. The ninth one is Kusha feet. Feet are very important to our body like other things, but crippled feet as a result of the cultural cruelty. Maybe you should Google the process, so you are culturally in the know about what these women went through for beauty standards, but at the same time there is no need to search for the result for the actual images because you will be like the pain. Please don't search for it unless you want to see it, and this is now banned by the government of China. 10. The 10th one is ballerina toes. Ballerina look very graceful, svelte, composed and beautiful, but the situation if categorically not the same inside those ballet shoes, though sometimes they need extra padding inside to stop the feet bleeding out through the satin of the ballet shoes. Ballet had women dancing on point, which means dancing on tiptoe in wooden block shoes, bearing the pain, and dancing on the feet is a grilling process, and feet I mean bleed. It's gross, it's too much. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day. Please do subscribe to watch similar amazing videos and like and share to your friends. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.